Hi, good morning, guys. It is officially you're making it to week 4. So I'm shooting this video on Thursday. I'll have your assignment for next week posted on Friday, and then you're like a good month into digital learning. So I always do this every year with kids, is the get to know you form. And I've been processing all of the submissions. I read them because I want to learn about you, want to learn about what's going on. And I thought I would share some of the things that you guys said, like if I got a majority of answers, one way or the other, and just some interesting ones. So here we go. um After school, a majority of you say that you play video games. But one of you says, I think the most interesting one is you go and check on the chicken coop. And I like that you go outside and you check on your chickens. I think it's cool. But a lot of you are gamers. And so you might be able to connect with that with each other. And then some of your projects, you might involve video games. That's cool. At art at home, a majority of you said yes. So that made me really happy. Most of you listed drawing and painting as your favorite like art activity, and that's super great. That's like foundational. It sort of affects like every art project that you work on, the ability to draw and the ability to communicate your ideas. So I'm glad that you guys said drawing and painting. The most unique ones, quilling. That's really cool. Somebody out there likes to quill, and that is where you roll paper onto like a circular object, and you could roll it on bamboo skewers or pencils, and you can create really beautiful sort of almost collage, 3D collage type things. That's called quilling. And jewelry, I love jewelry. I started making jewelry about 5 years ago when I started working at Artisan. Ms. Kalsovic got me into it, and I thought I would share with you some of the stuff I made this summer. At some point, I make a video about that and talk about it because it's a new thing that I learned how to do. It was the Fimo bake clay jewelry, and I made a bunch of earrings. So I'll share that with you at some time. So art at home was a thumbs up. Some of you said no, which I totally understand that. So I hope that doing some of your art on the computers is okay with you if you don't make art at home. What you're good at. So a lot of you said sports. That's really cool. I think that it's important that you get out. Since you're like doing the virtual school and you're on the computer a lot during the day, I think that it's awesome like for you to get outside and spend some time outside and do physical stuff. Dancing like Michael Jackson. That is a pretty unique one, and I would like to see that at some point. And typing fast. I was thinking about that. For some reason this week, I was thinking about all you digital kids, all you virtual kids. And I remember when I was in high school, I took a typing class, and I thought it was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Like I hated it. It was all year long, and like when I was in high school, I went to a really small school, so they didn't have a lot of money. So they were transitioning from actual typewriters to computers. So we used computers, for our keyboarding, and it was painful, and I really didn't enjoy it. And then I didn't think much about it for a couple years, and then when I got to college and like I had to type everything, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that I learned how to type. So if you don't know how to type and you want to know how to type, I'm sure I can get you, if you want that info, I could find some good learning software stuff for you. I know my kid did some in the spring. He did some typing stuff. So I know that it's kind of like painful, but like the faster you learn how to do that and you're like not looking at the keyboard and not hunting for keys, the easier your life's going to be. So anyway, I thought that was a good one though. I like that. Favorite book? Well, it's Harry Potter. So the end. No, a lot of you said some different ones. Like there was this one that some kids, a couple kids said like the I Survived series, and I thought that was really cool. If I was a kid, I would probably really like that. I like documentaries and stuff. So, but a lot of you said Harry Potter for sure. I am just like slightly older than that, like demographic. Like they came out, I forget when if the Harry Potter books came out like right after I graduated from high school or college or something. Like I was in that age and it was hard for me to read because I was doing school. So it was like I didn't have like much free time to read anything. And when I was in college and I was doing like art classes in college, you would be making art like 6 hours a day. So reading wasn't something I was able to do. But thumbs up on Harry Potter. There's a lot of fans. So what you want your teacher to know. These were super interesting. Of course, I'm not going to share the actual result. I just kind of read over them and I typed out, what most kids said, because I want to keep your stuff confidential. Because sometimes you guys share stuff with me that I don't think you'd want to share with everybody. But a lot of you said you were shy. So I wanted to let you know that if you are a shy kid, that there are lots of shy kids out there in the world. And if we're in a meet, if you're on mute and if you don't want to talk and you use chat, I always try to pull up chat on the side and I'm reading the chat as we're in a meet. So if you don't want to actually talk, you can pull up chat. And if some of you if you're not on camera, like I'm not going to freak out. It means a lot that you guys show up to your meets. And if you don't know about your meet or where your meet is, you need to look in your art classroom and read the header because the meet time is there and the meet link is there. So some of you do not like art, and that is okay. It's completely fine. I hope I can change your mind a little bit, and I hope this class isn't painful for you, and I want to make it fun. Some of you would rather not use Google Draw. I get that. I totally get that. But some kids don't have a ton of art supplies. So I'm just trying to get you to try different things and see if something clicks with you or you like something better. And if you do not like Google Draw, you don't have to use it forever. It's just for like the first couple projects that we're doing. Okay. For some of you, many of you said this, it's hard for you to focus. Yes. Yes. You are doing something that you've never had to do before, and that is like school at your house. So environment plays a really big role in that. And when you're at home, there's just like so much stuff going on. I know that when I was doing the, virtual learning in the spring, I tried to control, as much as I could, like where the kids sat and like a schedule. I kept them on a schedule. But like stuff would happen and it would just throw everybody off. Like somebody would be taking a walk outside and like my dog would see it and then the dog would just like freak out and then everybody's distracted and then we lose like 30 minutes of like work time. So if there's anything that I could help you, in that area, let me know. I just know if you can, and I don't want to say like isolate yourself, but if you can create like a somewhat private space for yourself to do your schoolwork, I think that would help you focus a lot. But sometimes that's just out of your control. You know what I mean? It's going to take some time. And I know like my husband, I felt bad. Like he started working from home in the spring, like in March. And he was having to work like while we were all in the house, which is just totally bizarre. And he's on all these phone calls. And so it's taken a long time for him to adapt and sort of like, get used to working from home. And so if your parents are working from home, they're probably going through that too. So anyway, some of you said that. So I want to just point that out. And then one of you can whistle through their nose. So I thought that was really cool too. And you know what? You might do that on a meet sometime and we can watch. Okay. Problems with digital learning. This is the word of the year. And you guys, I think that, I don't know if you invented it or, but laggy, I need to look that up and see if that's actually in the dictionary. And if it's not, it will be after distance learning is laggy. So Man, this is why I make these little clips and kind of talk to you this way so you can have a little bit of control over it. So if your internet's not working 1 minute, move on, work on something else, and then you can come back and watch it when your internet is a little more functional. Meets have been going okay, but there are some kids that they're just their connections aren't that great. They'll freeze, drop from the meet, and just be patient because people are that's their job. People are working really hard to try to figure out how to solve all these problems for you guys, and we're turning stuff in as teachers, and you guys are letting people know that you are having problems. But we're all doing the best we can. But I know it's super frustrating, but I wanted you to know that like other kids are experiencing this too. Several of you said it's harder to learn without a teacher, and I can completely get that. um I wish you were here, but it'll all be okay. And if you're having a hard time, just reach out. Be sure that you're reaching out, letting your teacher know. Don't do what this guy's doing right here. See, this guy found, I just typed in like frustrating technology. Don't punch your school Chromebook, okay? But I thought that was pretty interesting. All right. Traits of a good teacher: nice, funny, and sense of humor. Right here, it's on me. Okay. One word to describe the school year. I loved this. So here are the words. It's like I took like the list of negative, and then I've got the list of positive. A lot of you said frustrating, meh, abnormal, weird, awful, horrible. I need to show you this. Let me show you really quick. It was my birthday. It was my birthday yesterday. Here's my birthday cake. Can you guys see this? Here's my birthday cake. Yeah, it's a possum, and it's screaming ah. So, um, the headaches, lonely, and chaotic. So, a couple of things. I can help you deal if you're lonely. I want you to start coming to the art meets and visiting with us and hanging out with us, and it'll be great. It chaotic. You got to take a minute. And I know it's hard as a student. And if you need help, reach out. Figure out your day. Figure out your schedule. Get it written down. Try to get a routine. Nobody wants you to be overwhelmed. None of your teachers want you to be overwhelmed. So if you are feeling like that, we've got to create some sort of order to your school day to help you out. The rest of you, if you're doing good, keep on. Okay. The positives: amazing, fun, nice, crazy. I think crazy is a positive sometimes because I think sometimes crazy is fun. And I like sometimes doing weird things, just trying something different. Because like if you just do things the same all the time, you won't ever have an experience. Exciting and awesome. So some of you are having a really good school year this year, and that makes me happy. So I think I'll have about 300 kids respond. So just to kind of give you an idea. Art this week. Okay, your art assignment. It's really fun. This is something that we did with our in-person kids, our blended kids at Artisan. We are doing a collaborative mural based on the artwork of street artist Thank Youx X. So here is what it ends up looking like. And he is a street artist that started his career making art based on Andy Warhol prints. And if you don't know who Andy Warhol is, he's a famous pop artist, and we'll talk about him a little bit later. But he was doing these tributes to him, and at the bottom he was writing thank you, and then put like an X, like an XO, like an X, like a hug. And that's how he got his like tagging name. And most street artists, they have an alias or like a tagging name that they go by as well. So his artwork, he creates these amazing murals that are based on cubes, and you are going to design your own cube. So um, I am going to link, there's going to be a slideshow about Thank Youx, and I will post a video, a short YouTube video, maybe about 3 minutes. And then there's going to be a Google Draw document that looks like this, and it's going to be the cube, but it'll be blank. I haven't had time to like make my own. This is really frustrating. So I just really quickly threw some things on here. You're going to decorate all 3 sides of your own cube, and then you are going to turn it in. So you can either do like kids are doing different things. I have some here if you'd like to see like some examples of kids. They got paper. They did theirs on paper, and we're going to glue them all together. If you have a printer, say somebody was like, I don't want to do this in Google Draw. And I'm like, okay, I love that. That's fine. If you have a printer, you could print this out on paper and you can decorate yours and then just photograph it on your Chromebook if you know how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, I'll have to show you. I'll have to do I'll put a little video or something on to show you how to do it. But like in person, some kids are just doing like shapes, like warm and cool colors. Yeah, these are so good. Like they're just creating patterns. And then I have this student. I hope he doesn't care I'm sharing it, but it's so cool. I love this one. I think that one's turning out really great. And then I started working on one. I didn't get a chance to finish. Here's mine. It's got like these drippies and like all this cool stuff on it. And then like here's another one that I thought was really cool. Like that. So you are going to watch the video about Thank Youx and then create your own Thank Youx cube. And that is your assignment for week 4. All right. So remember, I'll be on the meets if you want to meet with me and visit. And if you don't, it's okay. And I hope that you have an awesome weekend. And I'll talk to you later. All right. Happy arting. If you don't see any helpers, you can be one. Have a good day. Bye, guys.